Hello and welcome to our module on step one of the Perennial decision-making tool. In this module, we will briefly review the purpose of step one, desired outcomes. This will include an overview, a look at the content of the step as written, as well as some important tips. Hopefully, this will further your burgeoning understanding of the tool and its use as it relates to step one, and allow for an easier entry point and more efficient and effective initial use of the tool. As you have seen, this is a representation of the full tool in graphic form. As a reminder, the tool as a whole is meant to be a resource that guides major decision-making, that infuses a deliberate set of process steps for excellence, equity, and continual improvement. In this session, we will isolate the first step of this process, desired outcomes. This first step is asking why we are focused on the particular initiative in the first place. What is our goal at the end of the day? This seems like a simple step, but in reality, it is not actually that easy. We often say that we all want the same thing, but our philosophies are often not aligned, and that becomes clear when ideation starts in a real-life context. There needs to be a good amount of time for debate and consensus building in this step, and it's advisable to bring in scholarship to frame the conversation beyond individuals' anecdotes. The prompts in this section will push groups to think deeply around equity during ideation. This step sets up the rest of the planning process, as it will push us to determine the data we're going to be looking at, the stakeholders we will be engaging with, and will continue to be a beacon to center ourselves as we start building the specific strategies, implementing, and gathering feedback and post data from post implementation. This is the language in that step. Really, what is the issue initiative under consideration and the desired outcomes? What's the historical and current context of the initiative? Why are we prioritizing this initiative? Again, up front. What scholarship will we read to help refine our thinking on the initiative and its connection to equity? So really, what are we going to ground ourselves in as a group? So we're speaking from a level set understanding of whatever phenomenon we're looking at. And then what are the desired and equitable outcomes for the initiative, where we actually talk about our goals and what we want to get out of it. The desired outcomes should not be a laundry list to include everything anybody proffers. There should be discourse and debate to gain some consensus and make sure there is philosophical and practical alignment around the priorities that you're outlining. The desired outcome you identify will chart the path as, again, you go collect data and engage stakeholders. On the flip side, as you collect data and you engage with stakeholders, you might see that there might be some outcomes missing or that need to take priority over some others that you initially identified. Always remember that this tool can be quite iterative, especially the first three steps. So although you'll be upfront outlining some desired outcomes from whatever initiative or decision you're trying to make, that doesn't mean that it might not change down the line as you move through the tool. And that's our isolation of step one in the process, desired outcomes. As a reminder, if you're interested in diving deeper with professional development or could use some strategic support, feel free to contact us at info@perennialed.com. Next up, the next module you'll see that we'll be talking briefly about is step two, which is data analysis. Now that you have your goals, your desired outcomes, next up would be the data analysis surrounding those goals and outcomes. So we'll see you at that particular module. Have a good day.